Hi guys, welcome to GMK tutorials. Today I am going to discussing about very few important things in case of the 21st century. So in the 21st century, most of the words you heard like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning and convolution neural network. Just I will give a brief introductory regarding these kind of words. So first of all, what is meant by artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence means that the machine can learn the things as well as the machine can able to take the decisions regarding the corresponding situations. So that is generally called as the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence means that machine is capable to take the own decision without human intervention. So that is generally called as a artificial intelligence. So that is the first thing. Second one means suppose if we consider examples for the machine learning, like most of the cases we had, like we have a nowadays we have a like driverless cars also available actually. So here the machine itself can take the decisions regarding the situations and can control the corresponding car also. So that is the best example for artificial intelligence. Maybe so many examples are there nowadays. Most of the robots also working in the different high-ended high-ended hotels also like. So coming to the machine learning, here machine learning means that where machine learning provides a tools actually. Okay, machine learning provides a tools for statistical tools to analyze the data. Machine learning provides the statistical data or statistical tools to analyze the corresponding data, which is useful for the corresponding artificial intelligence to learn the things very effectively and to analyze the corresponding data very effectively. So that is a difference of the corresponding machine learning. In case of the machine learning, we have a three types of like three types of classification, that is nothing but supervised, and second one is nothing but unsupervised, and third one is nothing but a semi supervised. In case of the supervised machine learning, where we have a labeled data, that means first of all we have to train the system, we have the train the corresponding data to the corresponding mission. So that is nothing but supervised. Coming to the unsupervised, in case of we are not providing any kind of the supervised data, that means we don't have any kind of the labeled data to classify or to give the data to the corresponding system. So those kind of the generally called as a machine learning. And the third one is nothing but semi supervised. In case of the semi supervised, we have a some part of the labeled data and the remaining one is nothing but a unlabeled data. So with the help of a labeled data, we can predict the unlabeled data. So that is generally called as a machine learning. Coming to the deep learning artificial neural network means in case of the deep learning neural network, it is a multi-layered actually, okay, multi-layered neural network. So deep learning means that it is a multi-layer neural network. This multi-layer neural network is created to learn the corresponding things actually, how human beings are learns the data. So in the same way the machine also learns the corresponding data with the help of a multi-layer neural network. And in the multi-layer neural network, we have a different kinds of the neural networks are there, that is nothing but ANN, artificial neural network, and CNN, okay, recurrent neural network. So these are all the different kinds of the classification under the deep learning neural network. Okay, now our main intention is nothing but convolution neural network. Convolution neural network is a branch of, it is a subset of deep neural network. So coming to the convolution neural network is a architecture that primarily used for computer vision tasks, as well as CNN can be applied to the different tasks such as image recognition, object recognition, and change the direction. So with the help of a convolution neural networks plays a very important role in the different domains like image recognition as well as the object localization and changing the data, as well as the classification models also we are preferred convolution neural networks. So this is a best diagrammatic representation for the convolution network. First one is nothing but input data actually. So this is nothing but input data. So this is nothing but a convolution plus ReLU layer, after that pooling layer, and so this is a multi-layer actually. So this part gives the learning. Okay, this part gives a future learning. We have to extract the features from the corresponding image. Coming to the classification point of view, whatever the features you have to extract it from the image, that can be classified with the help of a predefined classifier. So that is nothing but a classification stage. Okay, fine. Now this is just one of the example regarding the convolution neural network. It's like a simple thing. Here input image is given to the CNN convolution neural network. We can get the output is a labeled image. Okay, output label or image class. So this is also one kind of a example here, convolution network. So this is a emoji actually. So it represents one kind of a smiley face. It can represent one kind of, so these kind of facial expressions also can be analyzed with the help of a convolution neural networks. So that is one of the very advantage of the convolution neural network. Coming to the next one. So this is nothing but a convolution neural networks in case of the 2D as well as a 3D. So 2D means that it's like a two-dimensional image. If we consider any two-dimensional image, it can be represented like this. Okay, this is nothing but a two-dimensional data actually. So it can be represented at 2x2 format. So here 2D array means that it's like a black and white image, or it may be grayscale image. So that means the image can be represented on only two colors. So that is nothing but a two-dimensional. Coming to the 3D, it is nothing but a color image. Color images are generally three-dimensional. In case of the color images, we have a three primary colors like red, green, blue. So these can be represented in the form of three layers actually. So first one is nothing but a red channel, and second channel is nothing but a green channel and blue channel. So this is a representation how two-dimensional data can be represented and how three-dimensional data can be represented in case of the convolution neural network. Up to now it is clear to everyone, I hope. So next one, convolution neural networks. So this is just a example how we are using the convolution. So this is the scenario. Here x is nothing but one kind of the basic representation. So here x can be represented in the form of a matrices, because convolution networks, in case of we are using the MATLAB generally. So maybe we have using the different cases with the help of different languages also, certain cases also. These convolution neural networks means that we have to train the system to analyze the corresponding whether it is a x or o. Okay, so this is so most probably in case of the convolution network, we have a three important layers are there. That is nothing but convolution layer is the first one, in the after the ReLU layer, and third one is nothing but a pooling layer, and fourth one is nothing but a fully connected layer. But we can summarize these four layers. We can, most of the literatures we find only three layers. That is nothing but first one is nothing but a convolution layer, second one is nothing but a pooling layer, and third one is nothing but a fully connected layer. Coming to the features extraction point of view, coming to the feature extraction. So what is meant by features actually? So the feature learning plays an important role. In case if you want to classify the any kind of the image, or it can if you want to classify the any kind of the data, first we have to know the what are the characteristics of the image. So the characteristics of the image generally we can call it as the features. Based on the corresponding features, we can classify the system. So that is the most important thing, Nana. So feature selection means that feature learning plays an important role in the performance of the system. Second point means that higher features degrade the performance of the system. Suppose if you are taking the more number of features, the performance of the system is obviously decreases. So that is one of the most important point you have to keep mind it while selecting the number of features also. And third one is nothing but features affecting the output are generally selected. That is nothing but a feature selection. Whatever the features you have to select it for the analysis point of view, that features definitely affect the output of the system. Then only we can call it as a features. It may be best feature actually. That means whatever the feature you are selected, that feature affect the performance of the system or performance of the output, or it may be output is affected by the corresponding feature. So that is generally called as a feature selection. So coming to the advantages of this is it reduces the training time over a for corresponding learning system. The convolution neural network is also one of the advantages, nothing but convolution layer itself takes the features with very low features. Very low features means that it takes a very less number of features. Based on the less number of features, it can give the best performance. So that is one of the most advantage of the convolution neural networks. In before convolution neural network, we have a different kinds of the classifiers, like support vector mission is also one of the classifier. In case of the support vector mission, it takes a large amount of data actually, as well as the training time to train the system. In case of the support vector mission, it takes a very long time. So that is also one of the limitation we can consider in case of the corresponding system. So this is a example how we can represent here x is nothing but original x. The original x can be represented in the form of a matrices. So this is also one kind of a x nano. So it is also one kind of x. So these are the different ways to we can write the x generally. So we know, if you think very generally, most of the cases when two persons cannot be represented x in a similar way. It may be certain times it can be represented very little bit variations also there. So that is a general way actually. So even if you are represented the data very small deviation or maybe small difference, the neural convolution neural network can classify the data also. So coming to it is the one kind of represented to the wo, how you can represent the wo in the general format. So this is a just example how CNN works, we can see. So this is a just a binary representation for the here. A computer understands the images using numbers at each pixel. If you think generally, maybe a computer cannot understand the human language, just it can understand by the numerical values only. It may be 1 or it may be 0 in the form of. So for that purpose, we can represent the complete image in the form of a binary format. So that is nothing but in terms of either 1 or it can in terms of a 0 only, or it may be in terms of a 1. It may be a black spot can be represented in the with the help. Black pixel will have a value 1 and white pixel will have a -1 actually. So this is the assumption we have to consider here. So second thing is nothing but using a normal techniques, computer compare these two images actually. Suppose this is just if you are representing the one kind of a x like this, if you are representing the same another x here, the computer can compare these two actually. Suppose if you are doing like this, we can get the differences actually. So this is also one kind of a thing. So this is generally called as a, we can call it as a kernel solve. Okay, it is also called as a filters. These filters plays a very important role in the convolution neural networks, because of with the help of these kernels or these filters, we can extract the features from the image. So that is one of the most advantages. So here we have a diagonal elements. Is a diagonal elements can be represented from one. Here it is also one kind of a diagonal representation. It is also another representation. So these are all the different ways to different ways of the kernels. These kernels or filters helps to extract the data from the input image. Okay. So this is nothing but here there are a small pieces of bigger image, we choose a feature and put it in the input image. So here let us consider these are the different kinds of the image representation. We will see in the later session how these we are performing a convolution operation. So first one is in case of the convolution neural network, the primary layer or the first input layer is nothing but a convolution neural network is convolution layer. It takes the input as an image and applies the different filters to extract the features from the images and maps the corresponding features in the another image, that is generally called as a feature map. That feature map is useful for the analyzing more effectively with the help of a pooling layer. Okay. So these are the steps regarding the convolution layer. First one is nothing but how we are applying the input image, as well as second one is nothing but multiply the each image pixel with the corresponding future. Actually it is nothing but one kind of a filter. We have to place the corresponding pixel here. Okay, now we have to carry out the multiplication here, one-to-one correspondence. So that means whatever the pixel is present, the same pixel can be multiplied with this one is multiplied with this one is multiplied with this one, and this one is multiplied with this. So the remaining three cases, these corresponding pixels, okay, this 3 by 3 matrix can be placed on the corresponding image spot, and we have to multiply the corresponding pixels one-to-one correspondence. After that we have to take the total value, we can sum the corresponding total value, we can get the corresponding value. So that value can be represented in the form of a one value. That means the 3 by 3 complete values can be represented in the form of a one single value. So that is nothing but a feature multiplying the corresponding pixel value section. Okay, so coming to the steps involved in the convolution, so here is also like adding and dividing the total number of pixels actually. So this is a scenario whatever we seen in the previous slide. So here also same thing, we have to choose the one kernel, that kernel is placed in the corresponding image. We have to carry out the one-to-one correspondence multiplication. We can represent all these values in the form of a sum, and we can represent it with the total number of the pixels. So here total number of pixels is nothing but 9, therefore we have to divide 9 with 9, we can get the value of 1. So that can be placed in the one mapping. So that can be generally called as a feature map. So that means the features of the image can be mapped in the another image, so another mask or another matrices format, that is generally called as a feature map. So here create a map to put the value in the corresponding. So like whatever we seen in the previous case, also here we will take the one image, one filter actually. So whatever the value we can get, here sliding means that we have to here we have to perform that this filter can be moved from top to bottom. Okay, this filter can be placed in the first one, after that we can move to this one, so we can move to this one. Throughout we have to carry the same process up to the last row also. So that is generally called as a sliding. Here stride means number of positions we have to move the corresponding kernel. So if you are moving the corresponding filter one position, that means the stride value is 1. You have to move the corresponding kernel in 2 positions, that is generally called as a stride 2. So that is nothing but, so that is regarding the value actually. So coming to the, this is the same scenario whatever the carried out in the previous slide. So this is nothing but a convolution output actually. So convolution output is nothing but, similarly we will move the future to every other positions of the image, and we will see how the future matches the area, and finally we can get the output as like this, Nana. So this is the output of the image, output of the corresponding input image after performing the kernel placed on the corresponding image, and we can move the throughout the image, we can perform the one-to-one correspondence multiplication, and we have to carry out the total value, we can get like this. Now this input is again, so similarly we will perform the same convolution with the different filters. So if you are performing the filtering operations like this, we can get this kind of image. So this kind of thing, so these are all the different filters. If you are taking the different kinds of the filters, obviously we can get the different kinds of the features also, that can be represented in the right side actually. So that is one of the most important criteria. So after that, nothing but ReLU layer. ReLU layer is nothing but, it's like a one kind of the linear from the filter images and replace with the zeros. Okay, here ReLU layer performs that, it can be replaced with the corresponding negative values with 0 values. Okay, so that is the best thing, best application while we have to carry it. So here we have to replace all the negative values in the corresponding feature maps, and we can simply replace with the 0 value. So that is nothing but corresponding advantage of the ReLU layer. And second thing is nothing but after replacing all the negative values, we can get like this, Nana. So this is just a image after removing all the negative values in the feature map. we can get the output after the ReLU layer. So this is the advantage of that one. So these are all the output for all the features actually after replacing all the zeros in the position of the corresponding negative values actually. So second thing is nothing but pooling layer actually. So pooling layer means that it is a non-linear it performs a non-linear downsampling. So that means the pooling layer main thing is nothing but it reduces the size of the image. So in case of the pooling layer, it uses the max pooling function. This max pooling function main advantage is nothing but, suppose if you are taking the image like in the form of a matrices like we will consider here. So here max pooling max of pooling means that it takes the maximum value in the corresponding matrix. So that is one of the operation of the corresponding max function. So that is nothing but max pooling extract the maximum value in the given region by specifying the kernel in the corresponding. So that is nothing but application of the max pooling layer. So this is like a we can reduce the size of the image. Here let's see, very important. So here the thing is that we have to take the corresponding image. In case of the max pooling layer, we have to take the 2 by 2 matrix. So if you consider observe this one is within the 2 by 2 image, we have to use the max function actually. If you are using the max function within the 2 by 2 matrices, whatever the maximum value is there, that maximum value can be replaced in the mapping function. So that is the scenario. We have to carry out the same scenario throughout the image. We can replace the corresponding values with the help of a corresponding principal max function. So this is the output after mapping all these values with a 2 by 2 matrices. Okay, so here move the two strides. So that means the main. So here we have to move the corresponding stride with the 2. So after that we have to move the 2 positions. After that 2 positions, that means the stride position is 2. That means we have to move the filter from 2 positions in the throughout the image. So that is the scenario actually. After the pooling layer, we can get these are all the different kinds of the outputs whatever we get if you are performing the same kind of the operation with the help of a max function also. So these are all the like different kinds of the convolution, ReLU layer and pooling layer. So coming to the last one, that is nothing but a fully connected layer. In case of the fully connected layer, we have to use multi-layer prediction actually, multi-layer perception also. A fully connected layer connects each neuron in the one layer to the every neuron in the another layer. So that is one of the advantage of the fully connected layer. So at this kind of whatever the data we are getting after the 2 by 2 matrices form, these data can be in the represented in the form of a vertical column wise. So this is a scenario. So the data can be represented in case of the fully connected layer in the form of a one column format. Now after getting this value, we have to represent all these values in the form of a sum format. Okay, we can get the one sum value like this one. So after that if you are carried out the same operation for the O also, so whatever the values we can get, suppose if you are summing all the values in case of the x, we can get approximately 4.56. At the same time if you are getting the real x value or input x value, original x, we can get the value of around 5. So therefore the difference is approximately we can get approximately 0.91 percentage. So that means we can classify that this x is input image is equally maps to the corresponding x, therefore both images can be classified into same category. So that can be represented as a x only. So that is a just actual classification how the process is going to. So here observe this one, last one is nothing but we are getting a 0.91 for x value, we are getting the same value for the same comparison, we can get 0.51 for y actually. So obviously the difference is very much greater than actually around 50 or 45 percentage. So obviously it cannot be classified, it is not comes to the group of a x actually. So this is a thing how convolution neural network plays a very important. సో ఐ విల్ గివ్ ఎ వెరీ మదర్ టంగ్ ఆల్సో. ఇక్కడ కన్వల్యూషన్ లేయర్ అంటే ఏం చేయదండి, సింపుల్గా కన్వల్యూషన్ న్యూరల్ నెట్వర్క్లో వీ హ్యావ్ ఎ 3 టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ లేయర్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఎ కన్వల్యూషన్ లేయర్, సెకండ్ వన్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఎ పూలింగ్ లేయర్, అండ్ థర్డ్ వన్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏ ఫుల్లీ కనెక్టెడ్. మల్టిప్లై చేసి కోస్పానింగ్లో ఉన్నటువంటి పిక్సెల్స్ తోటి ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా దాన్ని మ్యాప్ చేస్తుంది. వాట్ ఎవర్ ది అవుట్పుట్ వీఆర్ అప్టైనింగ్ ఆఫ్టర్ మ్యాపింగ్ దట్ వీ కెన్ బి గివెన్ టు ది పూలింగ్ లేయర్. ఈ పూలింగ్ లేయర్ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే దట్ అవుట్పుట్ కెన్ బి డౌన్ శాంపుల్, ఓకే, మ్యాక్సిమం సైజ్ నుంచి మినిమం సైజ్కి రెడ్యూస్ చేస్తుంది విత్ ది హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ఏ కోస్పానింగ్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్. వెల్, ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ టేకింగ్ ది 2/2 ఆర్ 3/2, we can take the maximum value and we can move the corresponding slide from first position to the last position of the corresponding image. So coming to the fully connected layer point of view, this fully connected layer takes the corresponding output from the pooling layer, so that can be converted in the form of a one column vector. So whatever the values we are getting in the corresponding column vector, we can sum the corresponding values. So whatever the value we are getting for the testing phase, the same value can be trained to the corresponding neural network in the before initial stage for input image, real value of x. So the difference is very small, obviously it can be classified as the same group. If the difference is very large, it cannot be classified under the group. So that is the best thing how the convolution neural networks is going to be classify the images or maybe objects in the corresponding real world pattern. So this is just a brief how convolution neural network is